开始了啊。
等会儿，我坐先坐。
Hello everyone. Today we would like to do an interview for our IGP assignment. Before we begin, I would like to introduce myself and my group. Hello everyone. My name is Rowan Ho.
My name is Tian Xue.
My name is Ding Siwei.
My name is Zhang Hao.
My name is Wang Weiyun.
Okay. For the first interview, we have our music teacher, which is Dr. Yang. So before we start, Dr. Yang, do we have your permission to do this interview?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Yang. Okay, let's begin.
Yes.
你好，多利亚，你能告诉我你的背景吗？
我的背景是毕业于 Louisiana State University， 然后是博士，然后现在在 UPSI UPSI 任教。I have been teaching at UPSI for 5 years.
哦，OK。第二个问题，你能分享一下是什么想让你成为一名老师呢？
这个是what made me want to become a teacher, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will be speaking in both English and Chinese. Okay. First of all, I always love music, and then I think music is the way for us to actually express our emotion. And I have been loving music since very young. And then when I had a chance to go to overseas, I was very fortunate to be able to further my study as a singer. And then I always think music is about learning and also about teaching. So while I was trained to become a professional singer, I also was trained to become a teacher. And then it's been a wonderful journey when I was studying at the Louisiana State University. And when I got back home here in Malaysia, it was actually a place for me to share my experience as a singer. So a lot of young singers coming out, and then it was actually a very enjoyable experience to actually share my knowledge. So teaching is always part of my studies, and my goal is always being a teacher and also a model to teach singers, young singers, how to become professional. So that's my agenda, my goal. Yes.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all.
Okay, Dr. Yang, I have some questions for you. 你认为一名成功的教师应该具备哪一些的人格特征，就像性格这样子的东西
？Okay. What is the requirement to become a professional?
Professional, yes.
As a personality, you mean? So, okay. So, I think first of all, you must love your profession.
Yes.
You must love to sing. Okay. So that passionate is always a very important personality. Passionate about music, and then always think about like what you love to do in music. So that is the first. But without the discipline, without the hard work, you cannot be successful as a musician. So you also have to be very disciplined when we come to practice, and also you have to be very, I would say, intuitive. Like you have that kind of instinct about what music can be and how you perform the music, and then also your understanding about music. I think when I must say, if I must say, is the discipline to like and also the will to study and to actually follow instructions. Yeah, well, I mean, to become a very disciplined student, you have to also like understand what teacher told you, right? So I think all those will make you a very good singer, and also it will make you a good teacher in the future as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's all. And the next question is，就是一个人在进入教师这个领域之前，应该需要哪些的，就是准备，需要哪些优点或者个性之类的。
Oh, so that means like what you have to be prepared to become a teacher.
Become a teacher.
Well, from student to teacher is a big transition. You have to actually be the role model for somebody, right?
Okay.
So that is the
Yes.
most important thing, right? To become
Yes.
a teacher is a role model. So you have to be very good at what you do. First of all, like if you are a singer, you have to be a very good singer, at least a good singer. Okay, I must say. So that skills is I think you have to build or develop throughout the studies when you are students. So that includes all the discipline, all the rehearsals and the practice to build your skills and then your understanding about music. So that one is the practical part. And then the second part is like your mental preparation to become a teacher. 心理准备 to become a teacher. So that part, you must learn how to give instructions. So there are several ways to become a teacher. So you go to a school and understand the principle of teaching, education, okay, music education. So here at UPSI we have actually courses to equip students to understand those like concept of teaching. So those are very, very important, I must say. Okay, if you don't have the theory, like for example music, if you don't understand the theory, you don't know the principle, very foundation. Okay, 基础 foundation.
Yes.
Okay, is that kind of a foundation to let student understand what you want to deliver in teaching. For example, like when you teach music, how many people before you come in?
Yeah.
All those things, even though it's very small thing, but you as a teacher, you must know how many people to come in, right?
Yeah.
Then you lead the student. So that kind of understanding is sometimes students overlooked. Like when you are student, you don't look at it. But when you start teaching, then you understand, oh, I have to understand how to come in. Right? This kind of musical knowledge, I think is a very basic requirement. Okay? So without that, you feel like you are not ready to teach. I think that is one thing. Because every teaching, like every area, every field, you have your own theory. For example, engineer, you have those engineering theories and things like that, principle. So you have to have that. So if you want to be a music teacher, all the things about music is very important, including history. Some students just like, when did Mozart born? Don't know. Okay. When did when was what period was Beethoven in? Don't know. But if you know those, and then you start to appreciate the music. So the appreciation of music is also part of your life. For example, music history, music theory, and oral skills and things like that. Those are the essential part to be as part of your music teaching career. Yeah. So If you don't have that, and then you have become a teacher, you still have to do some catch up. Still have to go to study those, so that you can have you have a story to tell the student, right? So yeah, so those are the preparation to become a teacher. Then when you have become a teacher, you know all this, then you have to understand how to teach a student. Every student has history. Every student has advantage and disadvantage. 优点,弱点. Okay. Then you have to understand every strength and weaknesses of a student, and then how to help a student. Okay. And then after that, after you study a student, you understand a student, then you start to assign what kind of a repertoire. If I'm a music teacher or vocal teacher, you have to understand what kind of a repertoire you must have to teach the student. Yeah. So there are so many things.
Yes, so many.
Yeah, okay, so these are just some example. Okay.
Alright, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So Takia, for next question, what do you think are the key quality that make a teacher great?
A great teacher.
Yeah, great teacher.
I always say there's no best teacher in the world. 世界上没有最好的老师。There's only the most suitable teacher. 只有最适合的老师，最适合你的老师。At a certain point of your life. Okay? So if you happen to have a teacher that is good for you, that is good enough. Sometimes you go to the best teacher, you go to study with the best teacher, you don't understand the teacher. He gives you all those crazy idea about this and that, but you don't understand, you cannot follow. What's the use of being a best teacher? So, what kind of a quality to make a great teacher? I think to be able to share, to be able to communicate with the students, to let the student understand what you need to tell, what to deliver, and somehow to make the student follow you. And I think that would, that is the basic thing about being a good teacher. So, and also try to be the role model for the students. 就是成为学生的一个模范。And what you do, you will actually affect students. So I think that is also one important thing. Every teacher, I would say, every teacher has his or her strength and weaknesses. 每个老师也是有优点也有弱点的。So there's no perfect teacher, I think. No. It's just the right teacher at the right time for you. So and then if the teacher can let you learn and can let you excel, I think that is a great teacher.
Okay, I understand. So, and then how about the bad qualities or traits that a teacher should wear?
Sorry.
Sorry,
讲中文。
你认为教师不应该具备哪些性格特征？
不应该。
不应该，就是一些不好的优点。
Oh wow, so many.
So many, yes, right.
Just example.
I think the first thing is like the first is of course not replying student. I think of course it's very hard because a teacher has so many responsibility. So I think is try to bad teacher, okay? 一个坏的老师 doesn't care about student, then
Yes, student is just
so don't care doesn't care about the student at all. So it doesn't mean that I don't care. I actually try to one teacher over here, the teachers over here. We have so many roles. You not just as a teacher, we're supervisor, we're administrator. Sometimes we do this and all that. The teacher, so sometimes it's very hard to take care of everything, but at least we try. So some teachers just don't even try maybe. So I think once you actually care about the student, there's no bad teachers, I think. So also, I don't threaten students. Some teacher does, some teacher do. Like, if you don't do this for me, like outside of your studies, and I will give you like, okay, bad grades and things like that. It happens. Not here. It happens somewhere else. Okay. I also experienced that. Okay. I seen somebody being a victim, 受害者，就是那种威胁的那种。Some people, some students, some teachers do threaten students like to do something outside of the like to help the teacher do this and do that, but it's not in the current their own studies. So those are not so good. And what else? Bad teacher. I haven't thought of that actually. Also, not attending class, I think. Like, for example, sometimes I made up, if I have emergency, of course, but I will not, like, I'm feeling a little bit sad, I decide not to have class, then I just cancel the class, and then like, something like that. Okay, so in this at this school, sometimes there's a lot of meetings going on. Sometimes the teacher cannot avoid, then no choice. Okay, but usually I try to make up the lessons and things like that. So so being not responsible is kind of like bad for being a teacher, because you are a role model. So I had an experience, like I had a very bad teacher once, so I understand. So I try not to be that kind of a teacher. Okay, yeah. So that's all.
Okay, thank you.
你对未来即将成为老师的我们有什么期望吗？
High hopes.
High hopes.
Why? Because it's a responsibility. I think being teacher is being responsible. I think nothing else. You are responsible to actually help the students be as best as they can. Of course, the other responsibility is actually on the students. When students receive those instruction, you must go and studies and things like that. So it's the responsibility of the students. 我觉得是双方的。Okay, it's both ways. It's just not one way. Okay, so 我们都讲一只